Yo, what's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy here, and today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated matchups in UFC history, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. This is going to be a hell of a fight, but I'm here to tell you why Ilia Topuria is going to dominate and walk out with the win. We'll break down everything: striking, grappling, power, speed, and everything in between. By the end of this video, you'll know why Ilia has the upper hand in this matchup. Alright, first things first, let's look at who we're dealing with here. Ilia Topuria, the undefeated Georgian beast. With a record of 16-0, this guy is an absolute monster. He's got knockout power, a crazy level of speed, and his wrestling is no joke either. Topuria has been running through the featherweight division, beating some of the top guys. His win over Max Holloway was a statement, knocking out one of the most durable guys in the sport. Topuria's strength lies in his explosiveness and his ability to control the pace of the fight. Charles Oliveira, the former UFC lightweight champion, and one of the most dangerous submission artists the sport has ever seen. He's got 21 submission wins to his name, and his jiu-jitsu is world-class. But his striking defense isn't exactly bulletproof. Charles has been rocked and dropped in multiple fights, and that's going to play a big factor here against a guy like Ilia Topuria, whose power is on another level. Let's talk about striking. This is where I think Topuria really has the edge. Striking accuracy: Topuria, 46%, Oliveira, 53%. Now Oliveira's accuracy is a little higher, but it's not just about landing punches, it's about the quality of those punches. Topuria's strikes are lethal. He's got serious power in both hands, and his ability to finish fights quickly is what makes him so dangerous. In his fight against Max Holloway, Topuria knocked him out in the third round, which is something no one has done before. If he can do that to a guy like Holloway, imagine what he could do to Oliveira, who gets rocked every time he stands and bangs. Knockdown average: Topuria, 0.94 per 15 minutes. Oliveira, 0.23 per 15 minutes. Topuria knocks down his opponents almost once per round. Oliveira, on the other hand, doesn't have that same ability. So, Topuria's striking power is the real X factor here. However, Oliveira has power in his hand and knockout ability, and we have seen Ilia be dropped by a head kick before at lightweight. On short notice, which could be a worry when going against someone as well-rounded as Charles on the feet. But this is where Ilia's speed will help, and his superior boxing. Charles won't want to get in close to Ilia, making the chance of this happening very low. Now, let's talk about some of Oliveira's striking issues. The guy's a fantastic grappler, no question about it. But he's been rocked and dropped a lot, and it's usually because he gets a little too comfortable on the feet. One of the biggest examples of this is his fight against Michael Chandler at UFC 309, which showed even when he had the game plan of wrestling the whole fight to avoid strikes and damage, Oliveira still ended up getting too comfortable on the feet and getting dropped late. And even though he won that fight, he got dropped. Now imagine if that punch came from Ilia Topuria. That fight would have been over right there. If Oliveira makes those same mistakes against Topuria, he's going to get knocked out, plain and simple. Alright, let's take it to the ground. We all know Oliveira is a submission wizard, but let's talk about his takedown defense and how Topuria stacks up in that department. Takedown defense: Topuria, 92%, Oliveira, 55%. Topuria's takedown defense is elite. It's almost impossible to take him down unless you're on another level with your wrestling, and even then he's so good at getting back to his feet. Oliveira, on the other hand, has been taken down by a lot of guys, and that's where Topuria's wrestling comes into play. Topuria's grappling is high level as well. He submitted Bryce Mitchell, who is considered one of the best grapplers in the featherweight division. So even though Oliveira has world-class submissions, Topuria is no slouch on the ground. His wrestling is strong and his top control is dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets top position and controls Oliveira there for a while, but due to Oliveira danger off his back, Ilia should stay away from this. Now let's break this fight down, round by round. Round 1. I see this round being a feeling-out process for both fighters. Oliveira is going to try to get inside and pressure Topuria to close the distance. He'll probably look for some wrestling entries early to take the fight to the ground. However, Topuria's takedown defense will be on display, and he'll stuff those attempts with ease. Topuria's striking will start to come into play around the 3-minute mark, where he'll start landing jabs and hard hooks to Oliveira's head. Oliveira will likely eat a few of these shots and realize that standing with Ilia is a dangerous game. Round 2, this is where I think the fight will really start to heat up. Topuria will start to pick up the pace, and his speed and power will overwhelm Oliveira. I expect Oliveira to get a little too comfortable on the feet, trying to throw his own strikes and not worrying enough about the danger. That's when Ilia lands a big shot, possibly a left hook, and drops Oliveira. From there, he will swarm, landing some vicious ground and pound, and force a referee stoppage. Round 3, if Oliveira survives the second round, I think it'll be because he starts to use his grappling more effectively, but by then Topuria will have figured him out. Oliveira won't be able to find a way to control Topuria, and I see Ilia finishing the fight with another big shot or ground and pound before the round ends. Alright, that's all for today's breakdown. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me, or do you think Oliveira's grappling will be enough to get the win? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more in-depth fight analyses like this one.